The UFC is back in Newark, New Jersey for what's become an annual trip to the Prudential Center, and it's a good one. UFC 316 featuring the 135-pound divisions. The males taking place in the main event, and you got the co-main event, Julianna Pena, Kayla Harrison. All at 135 pounds, 2 championships on the line. Hello, everybody. Brett Okamoto alongside Ian Parker. We are here in the Prudential Center in Newark, ready to take on UFC 316 from a gambling perspective. I'm excited to do so, but before we do, we will look back at one of the more strange, I think, UFC Fight Night events of all time. It's still technically listed as Barber versus Blanchfield, but that wasn't the fight that we got to see in the main event, but we did have some action throughout the night. How did we do?
We ended up finishing with a minus 2.25 units down, which drives me nuts because our premium play, Gustafsson, and our prop of the night, which would have been him to win by TKO or KO, plus 165. I strongly believe we would have hit that, which would have had us on a profitable night. But like you said, it was crazy. Anything's unpredictable, especially in the sport. We move on. I love the slate this week. We're color coordinated. We're ready to go.
Oh, it is a very, very nice slate. This one has been circled on my calendar for a while, and I am into this Merab Dvalishvili, Sean O'Malley rematch. I know that some people may have thought Sean should have gone to another non-title fight before getting this opportunity again. I'm excited to see what he does with it. I've bought into this idea that Sean is healthy, that he has changed his lifestyle, that we should see some evidence of that in the octagon. But then you got Merab Dvalishvili, especially coming after what he did against Umar Nurmagomedov. Just 2 absolutely world-class bantamweights. Vegas has him at minus 280, Dvalishvili. That's pretty big when you consider that these two were about to pick on last time around. What do you think of these odds?
You know what? For me, the odds make sense for the reason that O'Malley has not fought since losing to Merab, and Merab did something very special against Umar Nurmagomedov, where people, someone like John Attic is saying, if he wins, can he be considered in the GOAT conversation? I think it's a little premature, but what we saw Merab do, I think his overall game continues to evolve. He gets better in the striking. Now, we talk about Sean O'Malley. Like you said, he's gotten rid of the distractions, almost gotten rid of the sugar persona. But, Brett, my question is, and we're going to see this, isn't that what kind of got him here? He lives in that persona. I don't know if that overall character really exists more than what we believe through social media, but it is good to see him taking it seriously because he is a serious fighter. He's a very talented fighter. However, and this is where the big however part comes in, I think his kryptonite is Merab. I think someone like Merab who could put his foot on the gas 100 miles per hour for 25 straight minutes. It showed against Umar. He's never out of the fight, even when you think he is. He can come back, and he can absolutely put on a show. To your point, these odds are very wide. So how do we make this playable? What do we do here? Well, I don't have a straight bet in this fight on either side. I'm not taking the money line. As much as Sean, if you like Sean, plus 230 is a great number. If you think he's going to go in there, and you think he's going to go and snipe Merab, you don't even need to take him by knockout. That number of plus 230 is fantastic. If you like Merab, you're going to go the way that I'm going to do it, which is my prop of the night. I'm going to go Merab to win by decision. I think if he wins, that's how it goes. I don't think this fight's going to be that much different. I don't see a reason why. So those are the 2 ways that I would play it. If you're going to play it, I'm going to take Merab by decision as my prop.
Okay, so no best bet on the main event here at
Correct.
UFC 316, but we do have a prop of the night. We're taking Merab Dvalishvili by decision to get it done a second time against Sean O'Malley. Let's move on to the co-main event. It's Julianna Pena taking on Kayla Harrison. Surprise, surprise, Julianna Pena, a pretty sizable underdog. It seems like that has been the story of her career, especially in some of these big matchups that she's had. Plus 500, 8-1 favorite on the other side for Kayla Harrison. Any reason that you're searching for a reason to take plus 500, or can you just not do it?
Personally, I can't do it, and I like Julianna Pena. Look, she comes to fight. She's tough. She's got good wrestling, durability through the roof. She's a dog. She's never out of the fight until she's legitimately out of the fight, and we've seen it time and time again. I do think she lost to Rocky Pennington that last fight, and I think if she's going to struggle against someone like Rocky, imagine what Kayla Harrison will do. People are going to use the excuse, oh, Kayla's cutting too much weight. Guess what? She made the weight, and when she's hydrated, she's back to form. I have done a lot of Kayla fights. This woman never seems to surprise me. What she did against Ketlin Vera showed, hey, I could still wrestle. My striking is getting better. Julianna is not a better striker. Even though Kayla's not an elite striker, Julianna's striking is not better. Where Julianna could win this fight is if she makes it messy, makes it a brawl, and somehow is able to tire out Kayla. But how do you do that when you're on your back 10 seconds in and you have that athlete on you, that specimen of an athlete in Kayla Harrison? Brett, I'm taking her to win inside the distance. We're getting a very good number. It's been anywhere from minus 150 to minus 175. I'm willing to take that number. I think once Kayla, not if, but once Kayla gets this fight to the ground, She is going to make a statement. We know she wants that fight with Amanda Nunes. How do you do that? It's not by winning by boring wrestling decision. It's going out there and putting Julianna away quick, causing a lot of damage, and making a statement, getting Amanda to want to come back and prove a point, which Amanda doesn't really need to prove. But for me, Kayla inside the distance, I think she gets this done handedly.
Well, it is historical in terms of the odds, because if you look at a reigning champion and being an underdog going into a fight, this is uncharted territory. Julianna Pena, a 5-1 underdog. Prior to this, you had, of course, Matt Serra after he upset GSP, big underdog in the second one. That Aljamain Sterling one was super interesting because, Sterling's career has been kind of defined by this moment where he was losing the fight, Jan gets disqualified, and then Aljamain Sterling comes back and beats him as a plus 320 champion. So a big upset there as a champ. Will Julianna Pena do it again? I mean, she's done it as a challenger against Amanda Nunes. Can she do it as a champion against Kayla Harrison? We will see. Any thoughts into just in terms of the length of this fight? You say that you believe that Kayla will get it done inside the distance. Will anything kind of make you sort of a little bit nervous as you watch this fight play out?
I've seen Kayla go 5 rounds before with other fighters, maybe not to the level of Julianna per se. There has been another one that was. I think for Kayla, if she's able to control the pace, she puts Julianna down, she's on top, she won't gas out. If the fight's on the feet for 5 rounds, Julianna's running at her with reckless abandon, makes her work. That could be a problem. I don't see Julianna not being on her back pretty quick, though.
So there was your pick for the co-main event. It's inside the distance for Kayla Harrison. Let's move to another fun fight. Joe Pyfer taking on Kelvin Gastelum. We were supposed to see this fight in Mexico. It did not happen because Joe Pyfer got sick at the very last second. So here we are, again, revisiting it at UFC 316. Kelvin Gastelum looking absolutely locked in. Joe Pyfer expressing a lot of confidence in this one, though. How do you see this one going?
Well, we gave this pick out when the fight was supposed to happen. No reason to not give it out again. Joe Pyfer over 1.5 rounds. Why? Minus 380 to minus 125. Kevin Gastelum has a head made of concrete, never been knocked out. Can Pyfer do it? Does he have the power? Yes, but Gastelum is going to take the fight to him. Gastelum has looked better in his last few fights. He's got insane durability, and I think Pyfer knows this win overall is important. If a knockout happens, I wouldn't be shocked if it was at the end of round 2. Plus, we need that to happen, so we're going to root for that. Pyfer over 1.5, minus 125. Let's go.
Pyfer has, of course, expressed a desire to be the guy to be able to knock out Kelvin Gastelum, but that is easier said than done. So we will see if we can get this one past 1.5 with Pyfer to pick up the win for our best bet. Let's move to another best bet that you got is Vicente Luque taking on Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland likes to bounce around weight classes. He's at 170 pounds this time against an actual ranked Vicente Luque, but it's the ranked guy coming in as the underdog. What do you think of these odds?
You know what? Holland at 170 is very good. When he takes it seriously, he's good. And for Luque, if he can avoid getting cracked early and getting dropped, I think the odds get a lot closer. I think this fight's going to go deeper than what the odds say. I'm going over 1.5 rounds here. I think Luque is going to try and clinch. I think he's going to try and utilize his jiu-jitsu. We've seen that Holland is good off his back to an extent, but he can be out-grappled. That's been his kryptonite forever. And Luque is a good striker. Just I am worried about the damage, but we've seen him since he's been back. He's been good. Over 1.5, I think this fight goes deep into the fight.
Well, it's one of those fights that's just absolutely perfect to kick off a main card on a UFC pay-per-view. It's just going to bring the energy. Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. Let's move to your next best bet. It takes place in the heavyweight division, and you're going with Sergey Spivak, are you, at minus 1?
Look, I'm going to have a lot of mixed reactions on this one because Waldo Cortez Acosta is coming off a knockout of Ryan Spann, but Ryan Spann doesn't belong at heavyweight, and Spivak has potential to take this fight to the ground, which is what he should do. Acosta doesn't throw combinations. He doesn't kick the legs. He just throws an overhand right. Spivak to be the bigger man. He has more experience. He's fought higher level of competition. If Sergey Spivak can avoid that fastball, the right hand from Acosta, and he can, gets his fight to the floor, I wouldn't be shocked if Spivak won this by sub. I like the number minus 150. Let's go, Sergey.
We've talked about every fight on the main card except for one, and you had to expect that it was coming at some point. It's Patchy Mix making his UFC debut against Mario Bautista, and Ian is excited about it. He's also going to throw his premium play of the week at it. Where are you going on this 135-pound fight?
The timing when you said that to Mario Bautista's look that he gave the commissioner was spot on. Patchy Mix is my premium play this week. He should be a minus 300. On the feet, his striking is not elite per se. But Bautista did not impress me at all against Jose Aldo. All he did was hold against the cage, and Dean Thomas said it best. Patchy Mix is the best grappler in the world in this division. He's going to prove it here. He can out-wrestle Batista. His cardio is good. He's used to fighting 5-round fights. He's only going 3. He's been preparing for this. He knows he has so much to prove here coming over from another organization. He doesn't want to do what Pitbull did. He doesn't want to do what other fighters have done, lay an egg. This is someone who's arguably a top 5, regardless of promotion, regardless of organization. I think he wins by sub here, but the number's good enough. I'm putting all the eggs on the Patchy Mix basket in this fight. Let's go.
I really want to be careful about not showing Mario Batista his respect because he has been very good. But Patchy Mix believes he is a champion coming into this. And if he proves that and looks like one, you're not going to see many lines like this, I think, against guys who are ranked outside the top 3.
Not even close.
Let's move on to the long shot parlay. Have a little bit of fun. See if we can get a little lotto ticket going at UFC 316. Where are we going with this one?
We're starting right out the gates. First off, Yanal Ashmouz, the Red Fox, should not be plus 400. Although his opponent's very skilled, very good. This guy's got good durability, insane power. Plus 400's wild. Gustafsson, my premium play last week, now the underdog against Chaos Williams. To me, it's whoever lands first. I believe he can. And last but not least, Mark Choinski. This is a striker versus grappler. This guy has a lot of submissions against going against Medeiros. If he gets the fight to the floor, he can win this fight. Those odds have come down quite a bit. He was at one point plus 190. Plus 32.79 on a 3-fighter, and I believe that's on the early card altogether. So we'll know real quick if we're hitting the lotto or not.
Yeah, nice little 3-teamer for a nice little 33-1 payout. And then how about Parker's parlay for UFC 316 in Newark, New Jersey?
Well, we got you really excited for that, and I'm going to bring that excitement level down quite a bit with the chalkiness of this parlay. I do think these all hit, though. Osman Murzakanov should finish Ribeiro, no problem there. Silva Van, the over-under, I still think this fight goes all 3 rounds, so over 1.5. Pfeiffer and Merab at the end, and if you get to that point you want to hedge, it's not a great number, plus 154, but if you think all 4 hit and you don't want to take props, you're getting plus money on the 4-legger.
Listen, it's going to be a fun night. We're going to get Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley in a high-stakes rematch. You're going to have Amanda Nunes probably sitting cage side for Kayla Harrison versus Julianna Pena. You got absolute firefights up and down this main card and then even into the prelims. Thank you for breaking it all down from a gambling perspective. Hopefully made you a little bit smarter, made you a little bit richer this weekend, and enjoy UFC 316. Hop on and watch us on the post show right after as well. Take care.